What's up, YouTube? It is Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. Again, it's my privilege and honor to be able to make these videos. I thank you so much for the positivity, the support, the likes, the views, the sharing, the positivity in the comment section, man. Honestly, if it was just, the Wild West down there with all this negativity and judgmental stuff, I would likely give up and just say, you know what, I'm done with this. But you guys, you constantly are commenting, giving your opinions, your suggestions, your good, your bad, and I appreciate you guys so much. So please know that, and thank you so much for clicking on another video. This is my second time recording this video because I was going to mix doing a lawn review with also some comments from the podcast. But the podcast was a big deal to me, so I've cut out the lawn. We can always do a lawn review, so we'll likely save that for Friday, reviewing a mow, and we'll do a progress report on the lawn this coming Friday, so don't miss it. Check it out with the midweek quickie on Wednesday. But I wanted to dedicate this video to quickly, hopefully not a long video, but my thoughts on going on the Grass Factors podcast, my pros, cons. I haven't really thought this out. I like to speak from the heart and get it out and then edit it as I need to as I go in, but I don't have any notes prepared. I just we just did it last night. So if you haven't seen it, I would suggest you stop this video. If you want to go and quickly watch, it's over 2 hours long. It's on the Grass Factors channel here on YouTube. Go check them out. Very knowledgeable, very good guys. And I was on the latest episode. To start off, I didn't pursue them, just to let you guys know. I want to be straight and honest with everything. I didn't go and say, hey guys, can I get on there to promote my channel? They approached me and was like, hey, Mr. Ferguson, are you interested in being a guest? And I was hesitant because I've never done, interviews and podcasts and things of this nature. I don't consider me a very knowledgeable lawn care guy to get on and say, well, in my opinion, John, we need to do this to this. I'm not that kind of guy. So I was very hesitant. My neighbor, Mr. Kevin, he's always like, man, I think I'm more excited about you going on there than me. I was like, well, I said yes. My wife is like, hey, it'd be a good opportunity. Maybe more people would get to know you, hear your voice, and maybe you want to check out your channel. So hesitantly, honestly, I said yes. But it has been, on my mind, and I haven't said anything to you guys. They asked me about a month ago, and here I just now got on last night. So without much rambling, I just wanted to give my thoughts. J Pink, Ray, Mr. Harmonica, I love Ray, he's so awesome, dude. Ryan, and then Matt, all of them very nice guys. They're the same, through email and through talking off show as they were on show. Those guys are awesome. I have nothing but good things to say. One of the fears that you can have with somebody like me, I don't come out here and tell you guys what to do in your lawns. I just kind of record what I'm doing and then and post it, and you guys see the good, the bad, and the ugly. But they didn't bring me on there and interview me and do all these things to really to diss me or laugh at me or anything like that. So I was nervous about that. There's a lot of politics that goes on in workplaces and YouTube of, we don't like this guy for this reason, he's an idiot, we need to push him out. So I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know why they had asked me. I figured it was because they just wanted to know me better. So it was an honor to be on their show. It truly is. And they were gracious and awesome hosts. And I really appreciate them asking me. And it was fun. I was praying all week. Lord, help me to say the right things. Help me not to be an idiot. Help me not to, them ask me something and I get stumped like, oh, I should know this, but I don't. And none of that stuff came up. It was fun. It was enjoyable. And it's very well done. The production value, J Pink, how he orchestrates everything with the cameras and, the little emoticons and everything, the chat going on. He does a fantastic job. So wish them guys nothing but success. The only comments I wanted to say was, it is one of the things I didn't get out about myself. In the podcast, they asked me about my lawn situation, if I had any questions about my specific lawn. They're looking and reviewing. We talked about fungicides, we talked about my soil test, talked about how I got crazy high magnesium. They got into the details of my lawn talked about nitrogen and what they think, what we need to hold off on, pH levels. They went over the whole thing with me, and it was, and you guys don't get that treatment to where 3 very knowledgeable and educated men in lawn care get to diagnose your lawn. So I'm honored. It's a privilege to be able to get that type of guidance and direction, and I will definitely be going back and watching that recording and doing my best to break down what they was telling me to try out and applying it in my lawn the best that I can. So look forward to that this upcoming season. I try not to get on camera with you all and say, this is how you do this is why this plant does that, and break it down into every single section like that, because that's not me. That's not who I am. That's not the knowledge that I have. This is why I constantly say in my videos, I'm not a professional. I've never worked in lawn care, and I'm just vlogging, my progress as I try to have a nice looking yard, because that's literally all I'm doing. I'm looking to people like The Grass Factor, like Pete, like Alan Hain. I listen to all of these people, and I try to combine what everybody says to formulate my own decision making and what I do here in my lawn. So one of the things that came to mind that I didn't really get to share with them is that, I used to play a video game called Destiny 2, and one of the major, topics of this game when it was a failure in the beginning was the creators of the game. They could have went 2 directions, and it was the debate that was always in Reddit. Are we going to take this game and build it for the people that are constantly on the game 24/7, playing the crap out of it? They're craving content. We can't push out content fast enough for these people that are constantly on our video game. So do we need to, design the game towards these type of players that are always on, or do we need to kind of not gear it towards that, provide them with what we can, but also on this side we need to open it up to new players that don't play Destiny 2 to come into Destiny 2 and play the game? Or do we just need to balance that between the hardcore that are always playing and those that, the dads that play once a week that feel like, they've got like, oh, this content's too hard, and these people are like, it's not hard enough. There's a balance there that I don't envy from video game makers, and I just want to use this as an example. And the example being that these guys on Grass Factor, man, they could walk out here and be like, yeah, I can already see you got fungus here. You need to work on. They can break down my yard way better than me, because I don't know. I'm not in lawn care. I didn't educate myself in the science, the biology, or anything like this. So these guys are the pros that I talk about getting guidance and getting directions from. Me, however, I'm like the casual player. I come out here, I'm like, all right, guys, how are we going to get it green? Well, we know nitrogen and iron do that, so let's try this. And so I'm continuing to learn on camera. I'm putting myself out there to you guys, knowing that sometimes I do things that are wrong. Sometimes I do things that's like, well, that wasn't a smart idea. We're seeing, back here, I'm trying to grow with this shade mix, a dense shade mix. Well, now we got full sun coming down here. I think that was a mistake. We should have done a sun and shade mix. But I'm open and honest with you guys, and I hope that you kind of see where I'm going with this, that this channel is not one to educate you on lawn care. This is more of an entertainment channel. In some ways, I will try to educate people when I learn something that I know 100%. This is what I did. This is what happened. It was wrong. And this is how I corrected it. And it was right. I can tell you that because I experienced it. But getting out here and saying, well, this is how, fertilizer works. It uptakes through the plant and through photosynthesis and blah. You need N to get your, and explain all the bio. I can't do that. I'm not that guy. I will not pretend to be that guy on this channel. And so what you guys know that I will do is say, I'm kind of like a caveman. Fertilizer, make grass green, put fertilizer down. Like, I'm like a caveman. And what I try to do on this channel is, I try to tell you up front, I'm not Mr. Know-It-All. I don't claim to be Mr. Know-It-All. I like to go to the know-it-alls and say, okay, this is what this guy's saying. This is what this guy's saying. This is what this guy's saying. So if they're all saying this same thing, this must be true, but he's saying this, he's saying that. Well, let's test it. Let's see. And if I fail out here, I want to show it to you and say, okay, this is what my thoughts were. This is what I didn't work. And so with that, I hope that makes sense, that I try to broadly show you almost like a lifestyle channel here. Like, hey, today we're going to apply fertilizer. Today we're going to mow. I'm not getting into the specifics, and I always will point you back to people like the Grass Factor who are professionals for true lawn care advice. So I just want to be straight with that please don't come to Mr. Ferguson channel and think, well, he did this, I should do that. follow along the channel, follow along with the progress, and hopefully I do a good job explaining why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I'm very thankful for Ray and Matt and Ryan for leading me with example, of, hey, try this for your next, nitrogen application, try these things for fungicide. And they gave me advice to take and try to move forward with. So I fully intend to do that. So with the video game analogy, I hope that makes sense, where these guys are the hardcore breaking down, perfecting the lawn. This is what you need to do here. I'm not really in that realm. I'm in the opposite side. I'm trying to get more people into lawn care. I'm trying to say, hey, if you're just an average guy like me that walked out and said, I want to have a green yard, look what I was able to do just by watching YouTube videos. I'm proud of that. Regardless of if an expert would come here and trash everything I did, not to say that the Grass Factor did that at all, but if True Green would roll up and be like, yeah, it's pretty good, but man, you could do better. Well, of course I can do better. I'm not even educated in this. I learned from YouTube, but look what I was able to do through prayer, through, listening to Pete Denny from GCI Turf, and through YouTube. I was able to do this, and I'm growing. And so I hope I don't go backwards. I hope I'm always moving forward. So I hope that makes sense. But overall, I'm trying to get more dads, more people, more homeowners to say, if that guy can do it and he just watch YouTube channels, then I can do this thing. And if you want to get deeper involved and deep dive into the grass scene, you can go to people like Alan Hain. You can go to people like Grass Factor. You can go to the professionals who know this stuff inside and out, years and years, decades of experience, and they can further educate you. And you would likely pass off from Mr. Ferguson's channel, unsubscribe from me, and go to some of these deep dive people where you're really getting fed the biology and the science and the things that you really need to know to perfect your yard from there. So I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of like the first guy they meet is, hey, I kind of whet your appetite, but then if you want to go deeper, you go to someone like the Grass Factor. So I hope that makes sense. But it was an honor. It was a privilege. I enjoyed talking with those guys. They have a great sense of humor. I hope they'll have me back. I'm never, I hope that I can take their advice and do it properly. And now I know that they're going to be watching. So Ryan, Matt, Ray, please let me know if you're like, Mr. Ferguson, you totally misunderstood what we were talking about. Please comment and let me know. But it was an honor and a privilege to be able to be on that podcast. And I just wanted to make this video to express that, but also express who I am, how my channel is totally different from these guys. And I don't ever want to put content out that is incorrect either. One of my greatest fears is somebody's like, Mr. Ferguson, your lawn looks great, come do mine. I've told so many people, sorry man, like I need to learn my own. I don't want to come and devastate your yard thinking I know what I'm doing and experiment on yours. Ooh, there's a message there with our government. But anyways, moving on. Thank you so much. I've talked enough. It's been 13 minutes. This is a talking head video. I'm sorry, but I just wanted to get my appreciation out to the Grass Factor for having me. I hope they'll have me back. I hope you guys see the comparison I'm making, that hopefully you guys know, okay, Mr. Ferguson, if he's going to say something that is true, it's because he's experienced it, not because he's taking a wild guess at it too, because I don't want to be one of these fools on YouTube saying, if you cut down this tree, man, and take the leaves and whack it all over your yard, it's gonna get greener. Trust me, I've done it. Do it today. Go cut a tree. I'm not gonna get on here and tell you guys anything ridiculous other than what I'm doing, and I show it to you. And you're like, okay, he did that. That was a terrible idea. I'm not gonna do that. Then hopefully that's always been the goal here, is that I help somebody else out there. But ultimately, if you wanna have a green yard, if you wanna have nice grass, you can do it. And you can follow exactly what I've done with basic aerating, fertilizer, seed, and watering, and a little bit of prayer. You can do it. So God bless you guys. I know this is a different type of Monday video. I hope that none of these comments get taken out of context either, because I'm so grateful to be on that podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I hope I represented myself well, and as well as I hope that they'll invite me back sometime, because they're awesome. So thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next video on the Midweek Quickie on Wednesday. I know you guys love it. So come back, check out the Midweek Quickie, feed your spirit man, and we'll see you on the next lawn care video on Friday. God bless. Have a good one.